And it's a fluid situation, to say the least, right?
That is for sure. In the buzz, supporters of medical marijuana, they are trumpeting a new study. It was published in the Open Neurology Journal. It concludes marijuana provides relief to some chronic pain sufferers and urges more study. The finding is a direct strike at the DEA classification of the drug as having no medical uses. Medical marijuana supporters are even happier because part of the funding came from government sources. They hope the DEA will be forced to take a second look or maybe even reclassify marijuana. We want to know what you think. Do you support medical marijuana, or does its use seem problematic to you?
We've talked about this in the past, and I think a lot of people say that if the government could figure out a way to tax it, maybe they would legalize it, some say, and others say it's a drug, it's illegal.
Yeah, and so many argue, this is the gateway, to more to worse drugs. I don't know if you can, specify a worse drug or not a worse drug. But then those who are using it for medicinal purposes, they argue this is the only thing that keeps the pain away. This is the only thing that I can take. Even for young children, there are parents getting medical marijuana saying, my child needs this to live a normal life.
I've actually done stories on this, Susan, ever since we passed our medical marijuana law here. And I interviewed a person who had a close relative here in the Valley, and they were dying of cancer, and they actually smoked marijuana to spark an appetite to keep their weight up. Right. So there's that argument, and then of course the other argument of saying it's a drug, it's illegal, it should be regulated, it should be outlawed. We could go all over the place with this.
Right, and there's so many things. Chronic pain, of course, the #1 thing that it's used for, but HIV, AIDS, cancer, gastrointestinal disorders, there's just a number of folks who argue that they definitely think medicinal marijuana is needed. So many of you commenting on Facebook about this as well.
Yeah, good comments coming in. The first one from Kareen, and Kareen says, I support it if you need it. If you abuse it, then you're breaking the law.
And Albert Perez, totally different view here. He says, big fat lie, drugs are drugs, period.
Carol's saying, when I had cancer, my oncologist told me to go get some pot, that it would help me more than any of the drugs they could prescribe. I had to enlist the help of people that could have gotten into trouble with the law to go to the streets to find me some. Enough said.
And Justin, he has a different view. He says it should be legalized completely. Let the government tax the crap out of it. Meanwhile, saving money from incarcerating all those for possession. Debt crisis solved.
All right, we're going to continue to get that topic going on Facebook.